even with movie premieres of new films, when that can happen, it does bring people out, and it gets media coverage, and people are discovering that cinema's not dead. It's definitely, like everything else, is changing, and our habits are changing, but it still is a draw. Having a human experience, sharing an experience on film in a dark room with strangers still has an appeal, and still you really can experience the difference between watching something streaming. And I think one of the examples I have when I was earlier in my career, I remember seeing one of my favorite films to this day still, Force Majeure, which is Ruben Östlund, who did Triangle of Sadness and The Square and those sorts of films. And I remember seeing Force Majeure in a cinema, and people around me, I was in Europe with a lot of Europeans, and of course they were laughing. It was a comedy, right? But to the North American, if they were just watching that kind of dark Scandinavian humor without the sort of cues of an audience laughing, I think a lot of people in North America wouldn't know it's a comedy or would feel unsure, and that affects their experience. But when you're in a room full of people and there's a spontaneous burst of laughter, and you realize, yes, that is supposed to be funny, it's not just me, it can really help. So anytime we can, especially with the kind of offerings we have that are coming from every corner of the world, there's different social cues and different styles of humor or storytelling that you're not always going to know. It's like going to a new restaurant with a certain kind of cuisine. You don't know, am I supposed to eat this with my hands, or is there a special fork? I don't know. Same thing with cinema. Sometimes you just need the first few cues to help you understand that it's okay to laugh at this, or it's okay
That's very much how it is at the symphony or the opera. The community likely listening to this podcast is very aware of that. So that's great that you're paying attention to that within the film industry, and to know that you're doing that, because to people outside the industry, we think, oh, well, everyone gets that because we all watch film.